Hi, everyone. Welcome to El Mes de Terror. And today we're going to be talking about the HBO TV series Los Espookys Season 1. Now, Los Espookys is a really great show for horror geeks because it's not really a scary show, but it is a show about people who geek out about horror and love horror and sort of celebrate what makes horror really great and what makes it fun, what makes it, positive in a lot of ways. And the basic premise of this show is that it's about this group of friends who have a Ghostbusters like business, but instead of hunting ghosts, they recreate horror scenes in real life. To give you guys an example, one of the better episodes of the first season is one where they need to fake a sea monster for tourism for this city that's on the coast and stuff like that. And then each episode has like a horror set piece that it builds up to, and they are surprisingly like really cool, really fun. They're not like mind blowing and all that, because a lot of the fun of the show is that they're making practical effects that need to work in the real world. One of the highlights of the effects is one that is like really surreal, and it doesn't even make sense, frankly. It makes no sense whatsoever, but it's cool and it's fun. And like if it's cool and it's fun, who cares? This is a comedy show. The lead actors are Ronaldo, who is the leader of the group, and then there's Ursula, who is like sort of the tough goth chick and stuff like that. And there's Andres, who is the heir to a chocolate fortune, who has this like arranged marriage and stuff like that. There's a lot more going on, besides just the horror elements. There is like a fun world. There's also just wacky stuff. Okay, there's the character of Tati, who is like this weird Abed like character throughout the show, and where she occasionally makes like a random meta joke. And then at the end, there's just like a really, really funny random reveal that makes it all make sense. It's just really well written. It's really funny, but it's full of just fun little details and stuff like that help build the world around Los Spookies really well. As I've said a few times on this channel, like I'm getting back in touch with my roots in terms of like Mexican culture, Mexican history especially. I've been listening to a lot of Mexican goth rock bands and punk bands and stuff like that. I actually recognized some of the songs they used throughout the show. That was actually pretty cool because the show has a really cool, really dope, fun soundtrack and stuff. It's really different. I really just love it because it's a celebration of horror, which it's horror, it's gory, it's violent and stuff like that. But I think for people who love and appreciate horror, there is a positive like feeling that it gives us, like a sort of weird release. A good example I could think of was, Lindsay is not really big into horror, but I showed her Carrie. When you get to the third act and Carrie gets her revenge on all the people who bullied and abused her, like she could not help but just like stand up and cheer. And that's what I love about horror. Like it helps facilitate these different emotions, and this show is all about that, wrapped around this super funny writing and characters, and just super wacky and imaginative plots. There's a whole subplot with the Mexican American ambassador. This show goes places. It's an ambitious show. If you're curious about this, once again, it is on HBO. There's 2 seasons. I will be back with the review of season 2. Yeah, I highly recommend it. So that's gonna be it for today's Mes de Terror. So if you seen the show, leave your thoughts below. If you or if you have seen it, want to talk about it, whatever. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time.